You guys couldn't get the stops when you needed them. Just talk to me. What happened defensively for the breakdowns?
Like I said, that was key, man. We did a good job of going our run in the fourth quarter, led by Rondo. And then we said we just couldn't get stops when we needed them. Like, we'll come down and score, and then we said like they'll just push the ball down the court, and then they'll find an open man and get a bucket. So in a situation like that, we got to make sure we get stops, and we couldn't get them to.
How much of it was their execution, and how much was it you guys' defensive breakdowns?
It was a little bit of both. We didn't want to take anything away from them. They came out and executed well. Like I said, they got buckets when they needed to, like when we was on the run. So credit their execution. But on ours, we had a couple drop-offs. We was late on a couple rotations, and those late on those rotations were costly. And like I said, they was getting buckets in those situations. So we just got to get better with that, be on the same page.
How do you get better at that? Is that something you work on in practice, or you just got to bring it to the game?
Work on practice, watching on film. We start holding each other more accountable. Like if we see something wrong, just on the spot be able to correct it and talk to one another. And like you said, practice is definitely going to help that.
Courtney, points in the paint tonight were obviously a huge differential. What were they doing in the paint that made them so challenging to stop?
They was doing a good job of going off pick and roll and dragging it, keeping one big attached to the ball and skipping it. Or they would shoot the ball, and then when they do that, when you got one of the bigs out, it gives their big better rebound position. So they did a good job with that. But then they were swinging the ball and penetrating in addition to the bigs.
Is that something that you see other teams do, or is that something specific to the Spurs?
I would say to the Spurs, I mean, they were pretty much the first team that was able to do that. So I would just say those guys and their sets and their personnel.
Courtney, after the tough loss in Detroit, I know you guys want to do well. What's the mindset right now? What's the feeling around the team? Obviously, you guys can't be happy with these last two games.
No, everybody's pretty much upset about it, man. Especially, they said that one in Detroit was a tough one to swallow, and then coming here and then losing on our home court. Like, this is where we definitely need to protect. For the goals that we have is winning far and winning big in the playoffs, and we're trying to get home court advantage, and these are the games that we can't slip away. So we're definitely frustrated and upset about that.
Could you talk for a second just about how impressive it is for Rondo to be able to keep this streak going with his assists? How hard is it to get double-digit assists in the game, never mind that as many in a row as he has?
Oh, man, I'm the wrong person to talk to about that. I don't think I ever got an assist. But I think it's incredible that he's able to do that night in and night out. Get 10 assists, that means their shots is not falling. So, I mean, he's getting the ball to people in the right positions, and for him to get 10-plus assists every night, he's doing something good and something well. So I credit him for that.
Courtney, you guys are a transition defensive team, which obviously means you're not going to be crashing the board so much, but where's the concern level, if at all, on the lack of offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities you can see?
There's definitely a concern there because we came in at halftime and seen we had no offensive rebounds, and I think they had like 10. So you look and do the math, 10 of those, it could be 10 more shots for a total of 20 points that they have a chance to get. And so we definitely need to get offensive rebounds. It's not just the bigs. Sometimes the guard can come back and get in there and get a loose ball, get a rebound. And so it's definitely something that we need to look at and focus on.
If you had to pick one or two things to really kind of hone in on these next 40 hours before Oklahoma City, what would those things be?
I would just say just focusing on the defensive end. I mean, offense, we scored 100 points, so we scored a ball. But defense, that's the thing that we need to focus on the most.
Have you noticed slippage in the last couple of games, or is it just something that's kind of been up and down?
I would say up and down, because you see how the game started off, it was in our favor with our pace and scoring in transition and getting stops. And then as the game went on, like I said, it was up and down sometimes. So we have to be consistent with our defensive effort for 48 minutes.
How tough is it? I mean, is it just a matter of just getting back? Is it finding? I mean, is it just doing stuff that you learned in high school and just the basics?
Man, yeah, it's everything. Getting back to the basics. You can credit their personnel. Tony Parker did a good job of pushing the ball. And I mean, we had a couple of times where we turned the ball over that led to their breaks. And anytime we turn the ball over, we're definitely at an advantage. And so I would say it's those things.